Morning, sir.
Thank you for seeing me, Judge.
Of course.
Come before you. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just know that I came before you and I was from out of state. You tried to help me and I was kind of telling you that it was going to be dismissed anyway. I was here 9 days. They shipped me to Arkansas for 30 minutes. It was all done. Said to be dismissed on the 9th. However, the police that stopped me had my car towed and put a card in my property. And so my car was sitting there the whole time. And so I had to find my way back to Houston. Since I've been having Uber back and forth to try to, and I couldn't get my car. It was $540, now it's $1,400. They said, look, you got 4 days, sir, and we're gonna auction off your car. But then they said, if the judge you went before, if he gives you an order, we will release your car, zero balance. Again, Judge,
I can't give you an order to give you your car back. That would be me, in essence, ordering a company that does business to lose money to give you your car back because you don't want to pay to get the car back.
I don't want them to lose money. The thing is, my car was towed erroneously. I was at home. That's why I want to show you the police report. I was at home.
To file a complaint with the police, internal affairs. If you're telling me that something was done illegally, immorally, or whatnot, you need to file paperwork with that appropriate agency. But I cannot order a private company to return something to you. I don't have that kind of jurisdiction.
Well, what do they mean if you get a judge's order and we release it?
Maybe a civil judge's order. I'm a criminal court judge. The only time I can ever order any kind of property return would be if it's confiscated by the state and they're holding it. So let's say you get arrested, you get pulled over, and you have a gun on you, right? They take your gun and they put it in the HPD property room, right? In that respect, under certain circumstances, I may be able to order them to return it because it's in the care, custody, and control of the state via HPD. Here, your car was towed by a private company and they're holding it, and it sucks. I get it that the bill has ballooned as much as it has. If you ever have a problem, you can always file a complaint with the bail bond, not the bail bond board, but there is a actual board for, there's a towing board too, isn't there?
I'm looking at it, yes.
It's a towing regulation.
There's
There's a request for a hearing, but I'm reading that it's got to be before the 14th day after the vehicle was removed, is that you have to submit a tow request. The forms are all here. It's 50.
And maybe the fact that you're in custody may toll. I don't know, but I'm not versed on that kind of, and I'm number one, number two, I'm not allowed to even give legal advice, but I don't know. But I can't order them to give you your car back. You know, that would literally be me telling them, hey man, you know, just forget about all the money that you've made by holding the car. Just give the man his property back. I can't do that. I don't have the jurisdiction. Maybe a civil court under certain circumstances may order it back, but you'd have to file a lawsuit. You'd have to file some kind of paperwork.
I'm gonna pray for a miracle.
What I would do, perhaps, can you get on a payment plan with them and say, hey, look.
Try that. They zero tolerance. I mean, honestly, I
And I have to understand, because imagine how many times they've probably gotten yanked,
who knows?
you know?
Yeah. I wish.
But theoretically, even if I were to give you a court order now, my guess would, they would hire a lawyer, file a motion to quash my order, saying that, hey, he doesn't have the proper jurisdiction to do this, right? And then they may come after you for attorney's fees. My
manager's like, hey man, if you give me this order, I'll release your car to you. He understood what happened. He said, man, just bring me something. I'll release it to you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go try it.
And you know, a lot of times they say stuff just to get you out, you know, but I can't. I'm sorry. But like I said, perhaps if you talk with the owner, you may be able to negotiate something with them. If you talk with if you talk with someone who has no power to negotiate, you always, if you talk to the right person, if you talk to them at the right time, you may get what you want. So don't go to them at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because they've been working, they're tired, they've probably dealt with a lot of people, all they want to do is go home, but go there first thing in the morning, try to get to the owner and say, hey, look, here's my circumstance, here's the proof, work with me. I want my car back and I don't know, what do you think? Anything else, Fran?
No, I'll help him out with the tow lot information, and I also have got a copy of HPD's agreement with private tow lots, so that maybe that can help him.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But, you never know, it doesn't hurt to try. So just keep trying it.
I'm praying for that.
Yeah, look,
Yes. Thank you.
okay. Hey, shh. All right, good morning, Mr. Cordova. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. It's a Class A misdemeanor. You're looking at up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Looks like they're going to reduce it to a first. You need to understand that it's still 2 on your record now. So after today, bless you. You ever get pulled over with the faintest smell of alcohol, dope, whatever it may be, what do you think's going to happen? What's going to happen? Not with me. From now on, you've now graduated to felony court. 2 and 2 make 3. A third DWI, you're looking at a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And I'm going to tell you that you don't have to be falling down piss-ass drunk where you urinated and puke everywhere. Just the faintest smell of alcohol. They're going to look your record. They're going to assume if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, they're going to just rather take you off the street. They're not going to try to be cool and let you go. What happens if you kill a family of 5? That officer's career down the toilet. So in an effort to make sure that doesn't happen, they're just going to take you off the street. And you thought now was bad. Wait till you get to felony court. All you have to do is don't get into a car, even if you've had a sip. One button on a phone, $30 will take you wherever you want to go in this life. Don't matter where you want to go. How much money have you spent? I want you to know that you are now skirting, by doing this probation here, the mandatory 5 days in jail that you would normally be having to do. But I want you to understand that I'm going to hold you to this probation. Shh. And if you fail to do what you're supposed to do, I'm telling you now, I'm going to lock you up. And if I find that you have a problem with dope, you have a problem with alcohol, I can and will most probably put you in a rehab facility in the jail. Do you understand? No alcohol means no alcohol from any source, no matter how long, whether you're a month away from completing probation, whether you're 1 week. I can't tell you how many times people get back here because they say, oh man, I've got a month left on probation. I've got 2 weeks. They're not going to do anything. Boom, you get tested on the last week of probation. So get ready. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take this off. You understand? This is what you want to do. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty and I'm going to sentence you to 180 days in jail. I will probate that for 12 months. As part of the probation for you to successfully complete it, you must do a repeat offender DWI education class. You must do 1 victim impact panel, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill that. It could be intensive outpatient treatment. It could be supportive outpatient treatment. It may be something else. If they assess something further, you must complete it. No drugs, alcohol, random urinalysis, guardian interlock, no breath test refusal. If you were pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Cordova has a scram and he'd like to keep that because he has hired a driver. And we know it's a first DWI. DPS, sometimes they may come back and do a hard suspension or 90-day, and we don't want any missteps. So
And
he's
what-
okay with that if the court is.
Problem is, I've been paying it for you now. I can't pay for it anymore. You're going to be responsible for this thing on your own now. That thing right there is $500 a month that I've been eating, so you don't have to pay for it. So I don't know how your finances are, but an interlock is typically, what, $100 a month? I don't know, but it's at least double, if not more, than what an interlock costs.
Can you afford that?
That's fine.
I can't pay for it. I don't, while he's on probation, I can't pay for things.
And that's just my concern. If he gets the breathalyzer, he's not driving, then it's going to be a violation because he's not driving.
We do portable devices. We
We
do.
tried that, Judge, and I don't trust those. I've had a
Okay.
lot of, so and I think he feels the same.
No.
There's been so many issues. with
It's up to you. I'm happy, whatever you do, just make sure you maintain compliance. Don't stop charging it. Don't stop paying for it, because at that point, all we're going to end up doing is issuing a warrant for your arrest. $100 donation to the Houston Food Bank and a 30 hours of community service. You have children. How many kids you got? I'd rather, instead of the community service, do a parenting class. I think
Right,
people
sure.
would be better served with doing a parenting class than just mindless
I think that's very.
dumbass work on the street. Forget about it. No, you're better served learning things in this life than to just do menial work. The idea is that you learn so that you don't come back and that you don't graduate to felony status, because then I'll tell you what, this is going to be hard on you. But when you end up with a felony on your record, it closes so many doors. It's unreal. You lose the right to vote. You want social services from the state. Forget about it. Not when you're a convicted felon. It just closes so many doors. So you need to do everything in your power to prevent that from happening. How do you plead to this? You said guilty? How do you plead?
Yeah.
All right, I'll find you guilty. I'll send you to this agreement. One more thing is there are fines and fees that you're going to be required to pay. There's a supervisory fee that you're going to be required to pay for this DWI. It's a $6,000 fee. We will give you time to pay it. I give him 2 years. But-
We did discuss, he makes a good salary, but he's got 5 children. So I don't know if the court would consider waiving that or,
So what we typically do is we give him 2+ years to pay it, and it ends up being like $100 a month. Just don't stop paying it, What I'll do is I'll waive the court costs.
fabulous thing.
Okay, so that'll take off like $500, but
Right.
you'll have to pay the supervisory fee. It's a lot, but we'll give you time to pay it, and don't stop, because if you stop, we will issue a warrant, and your butt's going to sit $100 for every 1 day for every $100 you owe. Hopefully, this is enough to get your attention, because at the end of the day, you're walking out of here when you should be doing jail time.
Right.
So it's going to cost you a pretty penny, but hopefully that's enough to get your attention. You understand?
Sure.
Okay, man. Good luck.
Thank you,
Thanks.
appreciate you.
Yeah, I have to suspend a license.
No, and that's,
I'll do it for a year, and then, show me that you're good. I'll entertain an occupational later on if he's doing well and in compliance with the probation.
sounds good. Thank you.
6,000. Why are you here?
Tengo corte hoy.
I have court today.
No kidding.
De veras.
You don't say. ¿Por qué también estás aquí, señor Lazo?
Nomás porque tengo corte.
Just because I have
Corte.
court.
You have a bond violation.
Una violación de su fianza.
They are telling me
Ellos me
that you are tampering with your scram device.
mostraron el grillete.
Specifically, at
Específicamente
1 in the morning, on
de la mañana,
October 15th.
el 15 de
Judge,
octubre.
with that,
Pues con
there's not very much
eso no hay
information
mucha
listed on that
información.
DVR. I looked further into it. The tamper lasted a duration of 25 hours and
Duró
51
25 horas y
minutes.
51
And alcohol was
minutos y
detected,
alcohol fue
but could not
detectado,
be
pero no se
confirmed
pudo ser
on that
confirmado
tamper as well.
en ese caso de manipulación también.
What they're telling me is
Lo
that
que
you
ellos me están
tampered with the
diciendo es que
device for about 25 hours
5 horas.
and alcohol was detected during that time.
Yo ni siquiera he movido el aparato y
Ah.
alcohol no he tomado nada.
I haven't even moved
No
the
drink
device and
No, they're
I
telling me.
didn't drink any alcohol. Eso no es lo que me está indicando.
Sí, pero yo no he tomado nada,
I
nada que
haven't
he
drank
tomado,
anything.
nada.
Nothing.
Y esto ni,
They're telling me.
Eso
Ni
no es
lo he
que me están
movido.
diciendo. I haven't
no lo he
moved it.
movido
I
nada.
haven't moved it or anything.
That's not what they're telling me.
Eso no es lo que ellos me están indicando.
Pues no sé cómo, pero si yo no lo
I
he
don't know how I
movido.
haven't moved it.
Y ni he tomado
I
nada,
haven't
nada,
drank or anything.
nada.
I unfortunately don't know
Nuevamente,
how
no sé
you tamper
cómo
with the
fue
device, Mr. Lazo.
manipulado.
But from what I understand,
Pero por lo que
I want you
entiendo,
to listen.
quiero que escuche.
You have somehow
De alguna
tampered
manera
with the device.
ha
The
interferido
device is supposed to maintain a constant contact with your skin.
con su piel.
And the device
El aparato
lost contact with your skin for 25 hours.
Pues no.
Not only
I don't know why.
did it lose
No
contact,
solamente
but during that duration,
ese
they also
también
tested alcohol.
resultó en detectó alcohol.
No he tomado alcohol, no sé por
I
qué dice
haven't
que
drank
alcohol, no he
alcohol.
tomado nada. Desde que él me dijo que no tomara, no he
Since you
tomado
told
nada.
me I haven't, since
No
you told me
tomo
not
nada.
to, I haven't drank anything. I don't know why.
You got?
¿Qué tiene usted?
Well, Judge,
Bueno, es
I mean, this is my client's
es
word
la palabra de mi cliente
versus
en contra
technology.
de la tecnología.
Being that it's an imperfect world, I
Es un
would
mundo
request the
imperfecto
court
de pedir
admonish
que la
him
corte lo
and
amoneste
make sure he gets
y
the
que se
problem fixed.
asegure de que entienda.
Sorry, Mr. Lazo. You tampered with the device for 25 hours. What am I supposed to do? Let you go?
¿Qué es lo que debería hacer? ¿Dejarlo ir?
No sé por qué, digo que siempre lo traigo igual, lo traigo donde
I don't
mismo.
know.
Y
I have
anda la
it
piel
the same
ahí.
every time. That's my skin.
Sí.
Judge, this is the second
Pues este
DWI
es un
close to
segundo
two car
caso
accident. I think you should be
identificado
on zero
con
tolerance.
Yeah,
accidente. Pienso
I
que
agree.
debería ser otra
Taking you in.
Sí,
I'm sorry.
entrar, lo siento.
The bond is set now at,
Entonces le ponemos entonces ahora
it's at $100. I'll set it at 5,001.
5,001.
Mr. Lazo, I need you to understand that we mean business. You can't tamper with the device for 25 hours. And they detect alcohol. And think that
alcohol,
Good things are going to happen.
si no es eso, buenas cosas hubieran sucedido.
No alcohol, nada, nunca. Y esto
Nothing,
siempre anda
no
igual.
alcohol, it's always the
No le he
same.
movido.
The device tells me differently.
El aparato me está informando.
Goes with you.
Yo respeto.
I respect the things that you told me.
We'll talk.